How you doing? We're back with a new old game. As you can see, it is Parasite Eve, and goddamn, that intro sequence is just like absolutely immaculate. Squaresoft really knew what they were doing back then. Now, this game is it would be a bit of an understatement to say that this game is like massively foundational for me. This was a really important game for me when I was a teenager, and I'll get into kind of the reasons why as we sort of go along. I'm going to spoil the punchline a little bit. I did play through the first chapter of this game, Days as it's called, just to test to make sure that my emulator was going to work, because I still don't know where my capture card is, so I can't play my physical copy of the game on my original PlayStation. So I am having to use a janky emulator and a really janky, like 15-year-old GameStop special with some really sticky buttons. Yeah. So let's begin. You know, for being a game that came out in 1997, the the quality of FMVs spiked so unbelievably high after Final Fantasy VII. Like, let's see here. Let's go ahead and just give her my name, if I can find the letters. So, yeah, this guy's a bit of a douchebag. The thing about this game is, I don't want to say it's underrated. I feel that it's more of a blind spot, I think, in most people's perception. Because it's this really weird sort of like, I guess the best way that I can think to put it is that it's kind of a middle ground between like Final Fantasy and Resident Evil. It's like a a survival horror game with RPG elements, and it's strange. But if you've never seen this game before, yeah, I'm just gonna talk over these people. The text is there. You can read it. If you've never seen this game before, it is not unreasonable to assume that people who know this game, people who've played this game, all come away feeling like that it is probably one of the best Final Fantasy games that the Final Fantasy team never made. And one of the best Resident Evil games that the Resident Evil team never made. It's a really weird, like, you just have to experience it. And you know, again, just to reiterate, actually the cutscene's going to cut me off. Yeah, so as I was saying, this game came out like less than a year after like Final Fantasy VII. If I'm remembering my timelines right, I think Final Fantasy VII was like November 1996, 97, somewhere around there. And this game came out not too long after, and you can see there's already like almost a generational, like, complete upgrade over graphical fidelity. And if you've never played this game before, or you've never seen it, this is the combat system. It's really weird, but it's a lot of fun. Like, there are some tactical elements to it. There are some like RPG, some shooter turn-based elements. As you can see, like, dodging around and like positioning your character is like really important in the combat of this game. Okay, so you probably noticed that there was a little bit of a weird cut there. It's because the emulator crashed. I think I may have figured out what caused the crash, but we are going to have to deal with something a little bit annoying. Yeah. The it seems like the audio plugin that I'm using for the emulator was not happy. Even though I fixed what is going to become evident as a crackling, it seems like we're just going to have to make concessions here. But anyway, I think things are fixed now. Now, you may be wondering why I'm not jumping down the hole, even though it seems like that is the thing that I need to be doing right now. And that is because if you've played this game before, you may not be aware that you can do the thing that I am about to show you. I'm going to walk all the way back to the beginning of the theater. We're not going to worry about the beef jerky on the floor. Now we got a bunch of people outside, because it's our backup, of course. And the reason we came all the way back out here is because the donut eating champion has bullets for us, and not just 6 bullets. He's going to give us a lot of bullets. As a matter of fact, all of his bullets. This game spits ammo at you, but it's nice to just make sure that you're going to have enough. And you may see me like stop at random intervals and then like reach up onto my desk. And that's just me hitting the hotkey to get a save state of the emulator. So just in case it crashes, I don't lose a whole shitload of progress. So now we can continue on with the actual gameplay. Hopefully we don't bug out again. Ankles of literal steel on this woman. Although the bigger question on my mind is where the hell was she hiding that Beretta? We're not going to worry about any of these doors because they're all locked. Just going to run forward. He's got a tummy ache. Perfectly normal New York sewer rat behavior. Nothing to see here. Everything is perfectly normal. Yeah, there's a lot of weird monsters in this game. Weird, wacky, wonderful. No. The other thing that I need to mention, it's very easy to mash through text in this game. So you kind of have to be careful to not just like spam the button. Okay, and this doesn't really do anything. We don't get anything for doing this, but you know. It's a little bit of backstory. This guy has no idea what she means by emergency, and he's immediately like, oh God, I'm not gonna die here. That's where you're wrong, bucko. More bullets. Yeah, like I said, this game just literally pisses bullets on you. I think. Okay, that is everything. Neat. All right, let's go talk to the beef jerky again. Am I misremembering? I thought he was the one that was supposed to have the key. Probably just misremembering. Most of these doors are locked right now. Come on. Yeah, and you'll get stuck in geometry collision a lot. That's the key. That's okay. Yeah, I'm just a fool. The phones are your save points, by the way. I think it's this door that I need to go into. Yes. More bullets. A diary. November 3rd, Monday. The Christmas show is set. This has been my dream. The main actress has a solo concert at the theater in Central Park. I took all that medication to get here. I have to get the lead part. I'll even sell my soul to the devil if I have to. November 17th, Monday, the cast was announced and Suzanne and I are double cast. I want to play the part alone, but everyone knows she's good. November 21st, Friday, I think I'm overdoing it. My body is getting hotter than ever for some reason. I'd better take more medicine. December 6th, Saturday, I collapsed today. I lost consciousness after my body got hot. I don't care if I die, I just want to get through this show. December 10th, Wednesday, I passed out again. They told me to go to the doctor and get some rest. If this continues, Suzanne will definitely take my part. I need to get better. I'd better take a lot of medication tonight. December 11th, Thursday, Suzanne was burned in an apartment fire. Is it because I wanted the part so bad? God forgive me. December 17th, Wednesday, it looks like I'll be the lead. I'd better take more medication and work it. December 23rd, Tuesday, opening night, everything went smoothly. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. We should have the biggest crowd of the season. And I have the solo concert the next day at the park. But I'm not feeling well. I'd better shape up if I want to get through this. I'd better take more medication. For what? Why is she taking so much? She must have a drug problem. And another key. Get some more bullets. Oh, that's right, I've been in here. And I've been in the room on the opposite side. I need to go down here. And we crashed. Lovely. All right, let's try this again. Okay, so we gotta look at some of those tactical elements here. As I get absolutely chewed up. Come on. There we go. No, I will not replace an item. I will use an item. A free heal. Hooray. I'm gonna start getting scared to open doors. Let's see. Not letting me open this. Not that it matters, because I can't actually pick anything up right now. Because my inventory's full. Inventory size does expand with levels. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to rack up a couple levels here. Something this game does, enemies aren't really random per se. They spawn in what are known as hotspots. So there are certain areas that you can run across that will cause enemies to spawn. And sometimes it's consistent, sometimes it's not. As you can see, there should be an enemy trigger right around here, but they're not spawning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get those triplets to spawn in here a couple times. Because I need to be able to pick up items. And it seems like nothing wants to spawn for me. Well, that represents a problem. Okay. Well, nothing is going to spawn for me, so I kind of have to just move on. We'll come in here and just fight Eve again. Maybe that'll advance things along and allow me to spawn some stuff. Okay. So, this fight is actually a little annoying. Because of that sweeping beam. It's actually like the window on that is actually like really tight. Sometimes it moves, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. Okay, so maybe some enemies will spawn for me now. Apparently not. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Heal up real quick. Get back in here. Pick up this hidden item first. And equip it. Alright, and then drop that there. These aren't like magic item boxes, like Resident Evil magic item boxes. They're just places for you to drop things off at. So, use this on the armor that I just picked up. That's going to give me 2 more defense. Neat. Now, I don't know what is going on. There we go. Yay! I got an enemy to fight. Maybe you get another level. Hooray. Okay, I've got 12 item slots. I'm going to pick this piece of armor back up. Because there's a really weird trick that you can pull with this game that I'll explain when it becomes relevant. But it has to do with certain abilities that you can use. We're still not going to get anything to spawn in this room. I'm guessing this hotspot's like completely gone now. That's fine. I got what I wanted. We are going to move forward. And Eve has jumped down yet another hole, so we're going to follow her. And yeah, there are going to be some graphical anomalies. There's only so much I can do. I thought I was far enough away from that. And that's kind of the thing that I'm talking about with like there being some tactical decision making with fighting enemies in this game. Is it's not just the movement aspect, but it's also shot placement. I think we've got a frog here. Yeah. So I'm gonna dump on this frog at first. Because he's a bit more tough. Come on, get close. I was hoping I'd get crits on at least one of them. but it's worth. Parasite powers have evolved. I've got scan ability now. Yeah, so your player character gains these wonderful abilities called Parasite. So if I use this, I heal myself, and they're like really fancy animations when you use them in battle. M1911. So that gives me 3 shots per turn, which is really cool. And yeah, the PE is basically just a magic system. I don't need to heal. There is an encounter that I can get into up here that I should probably do because I'm missing some experience from losing those hot spots. Because like I was saying, the enemy spawns in this game are really not random at all. Go ahead, just... There we go. I'm at level 5. That should be good enough. Revives, that's lucky. Revives are not super rare, but it's nice to get them in early game like this. Because you can very quickly lose basically all your health. But anyway, we've got some time to sort of think about the game a little bit. As I was saying, sort of, you're the little girl I saw at the theater. Are you lost? She's gonna run through that gate. I'd mentioned sort of in the beginning of the video that this is like a really important game for me, and it's, you know, it's something that's been kind of fundamental to my early teen years. And come on, there you go. This game was kind of my first come on, pick up the chest, there you go. Really my first experience with gender envy. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's fine. What it basically means, it's kind of hard to explain. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this item on the 1911 here, because I'm gonna need a damage output for this next boss. I discovered this game right around the time that I really started to really question my gender and my identity. And for reasons that'll become a little bit more obvious as this game progresses, this game can be I don't really want to say it's allegorical, but I think that a case could be made that there is, in some respect, a bit of a trans allegory with this game. I'm going to save my progress. And the reason I say that is there is a certain sense in this game where your main character doesn't really feel in control of herself. Feels like things are happening to her body in particular that just really don't make sense and are very distressing, which on a surface level, yeah, that almost immediately makes sense as to why a trans person like myself might associate with that. You can see there's text right there that kind of indicate that, but really, it really does kind of go beyond that. And like I said, it'll make a lot more sense sort of as the game progresses, but this game was really kind of foundational in, I guess, informing me that while at the time I didn't really understand what it meant to be trans, like I knew, like from a very early age, I was like 12, maybe 13 years old when I started to really feel a lot of confusion about myself. And by the time I was really able to understand some of the deeper themes of this game, like I knew what being trans meant. I knew what gender transition was. There are 2 targets. Oh look, more weird, wacky, and wonderful monsters. I'm gonna try to keep talking and not get myself killed. He's about to attack. Dodge the hockey pucks. The money here is to avoid getting hit and to attack the tail at first. Okay, phase change. I don't even remember what the point I was making was. Oh, right. So there are a lot of, I don't want to say like super deep, mature adult themes in this game. We did it. But what I will say is there are some things that, you know, a person who's 13, 14 years old are not really going to understand. Now, by the time I really started to truly deeply appreciate this game, and when I started to really feel that that sense of gender envy from the main character Aya Bray, I was probably about 16 or 17 years old, and though I already knew this game, I had already played through it once. I loved the game. I didn't truly appreciate it until I was about 17 years old. And that was right around the time in my life where I knew, despite the fact that I wouldn't actually start transitioning until my late 20s, I knew I was trans by then. And pretty much everything in this game just sort of spoke to those spoke to those insecurities, spoke to those confusions and those doubts and those desires, I guess you could say. The sort of sense of feeling like you're not in control of your own body, but managing to find a way to turn it around into your favor and to take control of the situation. And, you know, despite getting that impression from this game, you know, over a decade ago, it's taken me this long to really, I guess, internalize it and make it true for myself. So, not to get too heavy or sappy about this, but yeah, like I said, this has always been a really important game for me. And I accidentally mashed through text. But you can pause the video and read it for yourself. Heard from a cop that your boyfriend ran out of there like a wuss. I know all about that. Huh. That's actually a connection that I never caught until now. This sort of like instinctual pull towards attending the opera. Huh. Interesting. Anyway. I'm going to get back to actually talking about the game. Heard things from people who were there. This is one hell of an incident. And yes, the little girl apparition is Aya. Those were flashbacks. It all started with this incident, 6 days that were to become a nightmare for all. People will eventually forget and go on with their lives. But I will never forget it. It was pure terror. But it was also 6 days filled with familiar memories. And we're already on day 2. I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to cut it here. Day 1 is a pretty short chapter. And I don't think I mentioned this, but you may have noticed that the player character controls really slow. And that's just because of the outfit she was wearing. She was in high heels. She's going to run a lot faster now. Which is certainly a design choice. Hey, you okay? You ought to be resting. Wish I could, but I'm the only one who knows what happened last night. I've been gathering some info on Melissa. She's got no relatives and no close friends. She was sick often, always on some kind of medication. People at the opera said they were amazed she could even stand on stage. Her apartment burned down right after the incident, so we have no info on her medication. So what's this spontaneous combustion stuff all about? It wasn't exactly spontaneous. People were actually set on fire. Oh, come on, like one of those ESP things? That's the best way to describe it for now. ESP, huh? Well, I'm not buying it. But if you're right, how are we supposed to deal with something like that? I believe her. After all, Frey is the only witness so far. But if you're going to take on a suspect like that, you'd better ask Baker for a better sidearm. But I like 1911s. I used to own one. It was a great gun. I read your report. Still hard to believe, but we can't deny all those deaths. We're going to go all out to solve this case. Make sure you're well prepared. Go down to the weapons department and give this permit to Taurus. He'll help you out. Mod permit. Come on. Collision detection for doors is a little janky. I think she gives me something if I talk to her. Yeah, lip. That's it. This room. I think. Maybe? A tool. Okay. Well, that is certainly how I would describe this individual. Parasite energy. I lose some critical. And a single mod slot, which I'm not really worried about. Okay. These items will be more useful for me. Oh, Wayne. Got the crap, Wayne. Where's Taurus? That Baldy? Who knows? So what'll it be? Shotgun? Rocket launcher? You know what a lady likes. Oh, that's right. There is a storage thing. Most powerful gun I can allow you to have. Hell yes. Captain Baker already notified me. Show me your words. Words. Show me your modification permit again. Which gun? Add slot. Can rearrange equipment parameters and added effects to tweak your equipment. I'll show you some cool tune-up techniques. Oh yeah, it's going to do the tutorial thing. If you remove an added effect, yada yada yada. Okay. We'll futz around with that as we go. We will store. Nope. Move. Actually, I'm going to keep the 1911 with me. Just for now. I'm going to take my tool back. And pick this up. And give it to Wayne. Okay. Okay. Steal these bullets. By the way, if you haven't noticed yet, the soundtrack in this game is absolutely incredible. Doggies. Weapons department. Tickets. Oh yeah, the concert. Sorry, son, Daddy's real busy today. I promise I'll make up for her. Guess every kid needs a mother. That's not true. I was raised by my father too after my mother died. I'll always be grateful for him. Yeah, well, his mother's still alive. One, but being a cop, I doubt if he has time to spend with him. Captain Baker was looking for you. Okay. That's Nick's. Alright, he's in here. Yes, we're having a press conference now, and I want you there too. Me? That's right. You'll be on national television as the sole survivor of that incident. I see. But you only answer when I ask you. The media is just looking for anything to grill us about. They may even turn you into a suspect, so you let me do the talking, understood? Yes, sir. Okay then, let's go meet the press. So you are saying this could be the work of a terrorist? That is what we currently speculate. How about accounts of officers and firemen at the scene bursting into flames? That was due to a rare, highly flammable chemical which was used to start the fire. How did Detective Brea survive without so much as a minor burn? That is a result of her quick thinking and training as an officer. I'm asking her the question. She said that my mitochondria were a mutation. Your mitochondria? Who said this? Melissa. No, she said she was Eve. But according to a report, Melissa Pierce was killed in the fire. Melissa did die. Her body had been taken over by this Eve. Was this Eve some kind of an alien? People, please, she is very tired and we are still investigating. That will be all for today. That is some shit that I get up to. Thought I told you not to say anything. I'm telling the truth, sir. That is not the point. Who's going to believe you? You'll only stir up the media and cause people to panic. Sir, she was only... Baker here. Who? What? What does he want? Put him through. This is Captain Baker. You'll have to speak up. Some Japanese scientist, I think, couldn't understand his English too well. He was raving about some mito something, says he's coming over here. You mean that thing in the cell that makes energy from oxygen? Did you know that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? Might have heard about that in school. That's what Eve had said. I think it's time for the mitochondria to be set free. I just read that some researcher at the museum wrote a new theory on them. Sir, I'm taking Freya to go talk to this researcher. Go. Better get there before the media. It may explain what that phone call... It may explain that phone call, too. Come on. There you go. What a case to have on Christmas. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. We are off to the museum. And while, or rather, I'm going to take a very quick break there's going to be a jump cut. Okay. We're going to the Museum of Natural History. Dr. Hans Klomp will be there. Dr. Klomp, what's his area of research? Well, according to the papers, he's working on a new theory, mitochondria something, but it seems to cover the whole genetic spectrum. That's odd, to have a PhD and be working in a museum. Is that odd? Well, he's pretty antisocial and doesn't like to waste time outside of research. Oh great, we're going to have to grand time with this one. Yeah, I know where you're going with this. Just be careful this time. Careful? Never heard of her. Are you referring to the press conference? Daniel, why do you kiss the chief's butt? You two joined the force at the same time, didn't you? Yeah, but that was years ago now. He's my boss. It's a chocobo! Isn't that lovely? Well, let's see what that security guard can do for us. Okay, so I had kind of a brain fart moment there. I was like, where the hell did Daniel go? And he already walked off screen. I'm a dumb. Doing okay, pretty cold day though. How about yourself? We're here with the NYPD. We're looking for a Dr. Klump. He works here, doesn't he? Sure does. As a matter of fact, he's up there in his room right now. Did he do something? Thank you. It shouldn't take long. This is pretty creepy without any people. You'll find him in the research lab on the second floor. That was very loud in my ears. What the hell? He's been pretty busy for the past few weeks. Doesn't come out ever. Oh, and by the way, could you sign in? It's policy. Lets us keep track of who comes in. Notebooks on the counter. Yeah, you creepy old fuck. Excuse me, hello. We're with the NYPD. Would like to ask you a few questions. Professor, we're looking for clues concerning the incident which occurred. That is right. I know him, I think. God, that is so bright. I had to switch over to playing in full screen so that I could change the method by which OBS is actually capturing the game window. It seems like that's fixed the instability. The game runs fine, the emulator runs fine, but it seems like if OBS is active and capturing the window, it causes it to crash. I don't know if me saying that is going to cause it to start crashing again. So I'm going to get my save state. We'd like to ask you about the mitochondria research you've been doing. NYPD, huh? Why are you interested in my work? The suspect mentioned that the mitochondria would be set free. How do you... The suspect ignited people without laying a finger on them. Then it transformed into some kind of creature and ran off. Since you mentioned mitochondria, we were hoping you could supply us with some info. You two have absolutely no idea what the true mitochondria is like, do you? The mitochondria possesses its own unique genetic code. Its own. Are you saying it's a separate organism? That is true. I can't remember the name of I can't remember the term, but evolutionarily, like in terms of like how like multicellular organisms evolved, mitochondria is a completely different creature. Like it's a completely different like animal kingdom cell that became part of our cells. Like it's a whole, like literally it's a completely different creature. Kind of like a parasite or something. That's an interesting way of describing this most fascinating creature. I don't know if it would be considered parasitic. It's a symbiotic relationship. We cannot live without the mitochondria, do you understand? The mitochondria creates energy for us. Without it, we're nothing. Aren't they like cyanobacteria? We are here because the mitochondria allows us to be here. Our brain, for example. The brain functions due to interactions between axons and dendrites. This interaction is possible due to the energy the mitochondria provides. Did you know that the mitochondria is capable of discharging 200,000 volts of electricity? This not only pertains to electrical discharge, but also applies to heat energy as well. Heat. And the combustions from last night were... For human to burn and melt, 1600 degrees of heat must be generated. There are several 100,000 present within a single cell. If all of the mitochondria in the body began functioning at the same time, a tremendous amount of energy would be generated and released. I think that's where it starts to get into a little bit science fiction-y. Melting a human into a puddle of fluid would be a simple task with so much energy. So you're saying that the mitochondria ignited these people? Professor, you may be right in that we need the mitochondria to live, but in the end, we're just using them for energy, right? You have no idea. The mitochondria has control over an organism's growth. Take this hand, for example. Before we're born, the hand is merely a glob of flesh. But when cells between the fingers deteriorate, that's when the fingers first form. When the cells which make up the body aren't needed anymore, it receives a signal to die. This signal is initiated by the mitochondria. When it is relayed, the genetic information in the nucleus is cut off and, in essence, dies. The same can be said for aging. The mitochondria mutates 10 times faster than cells. Of course, this also applies to mutant forms of mitochondria as well. When too many mutant mitochondria multiply, energy production level decreases. The decrease in energy production is associated with the aging process. Or are you still stupid enough to say that we are the higher species? But you're not saying that the mitochondria is doing all of this consciously, right? When I said that the mitochondria can mutate 10 times faster than normal cells, I also meant that they could evolve at a rate 10 times faster. Since the beginning of creation, the mitochondria has been evolving at this rate. It's no surprise if they possess a power beyond our cognition. No surprise at all. Let me tell you something. There was a scientist who tried to determine the mutation rate of the mitochondria. With this, the scientist wanted to establish a connection with human history, or human ancestry. In 1987, it was announced that the root of all humans can be traced back to a single woman in Africa. This finding was announced around the world. Mitochondria Eve. And with this, the mitochondrial theory spread like wildfire. You know what they call the root of it all? Mitochondria Eve. Yep. So this is actually like based in real like genetic evolution, with some science fiction-y stuff wrapped on top of it. The suspect in yesterday's case called herself Eve. If you know anything, you better not be holding back on us. She called herself Eve. Sorry, but I've told you what I know. I'd like to return to my studies now. I believe you know the way out. You better explain what the hell is going on here. Forget it. Let's just go. And back to the NYPD. That man, I've seen him before, but I can't remember where. Okay, we'll be right there. Looks like we got a break in the case. We gotta get back to the station. Hang on, I'm kicking this in turbo. The invisible gear shift. Whole place is going nuts. Wonder what happened. What's in here? Oh, right. I think I could, like, steal somebody's playing card in here. Ooh, high defense and strong against, I'm not gonna say what that acronym first came up in my mind as. Special attack. Come on. I know one more of these will open. Okay, I guess not. Okay. Guessing I gotta go talk to Baker. No. Emergency meeting in the conference room. Oh, the conference room. My mistake. I kind of fucking panicked just now because I looked over at OBS and saw a black screen and I was like, shit, the game's not been recording this entire time. The game goes black in loading screens. I would have fucking cried. This has been giving me so many issues trying to record. Melissa's solo concert was scheduled for today. She had disappeared after last night's incident and the concert was canceled. But people are still gathering at the stage. We must not let another massacre happen again. The concert is at the Central Park Amphitheater. Ben and Lorraine, they're at that concert. Screw you, Baker. My son's in danger. And yet another mod permit. I'm not going to use this one yet. Actually, I'm going to go down to the office and save the game. And then I'll go after Daniel. So here's a phone. Right there. Follow the blinking red light. Hi, Precinct 17, calling from Precinct 17. It gotta be like right up on the doorknob to actually open the doors. What the hell does Melissa, or no, Eve, want from us? Well, it looks like she wants to gather people in one big area. That thing's got my boy involved. She's gonna pay for this. Just hang in there, Ben. I'm coming for you. Sometimes you gotta look before you leap, old timer. Ben's my son. He's the only family I've got. Can't do anything. I'll get them out safe, I promise. Besides, Ben needs you. You won't do him any good if you're dead. Save state. The safety save. I'm just gonna ignore that phone for now. Isn't there something I can get out of this car door? Did I hallucinate that? I think I hallucinated that. Actually, I did just pick up a piece of armor. I should check it. Oh. Okay, so it'll give me more parasite energy, but it'll tank my defense and critical. So that's a no to that. I believe this is a chest. Get away from me. Well, snake fuckers are fast. Parasite powers have evolved. Slow. Slows enemy AT recharge. Neat. M9. Damn it. Yeah, so the basic premise is as you like pick up weapons and whatnot, you salvage the guns that you don't feel like using or that you don't want to use for their like unique stats to make the weapon you do use stronger. Pop, pop. Oh, what? Is my inventory full? It is full. Okay. That's inconvenient. Oh, I need to heal. Anyway. I'll go ahead and burn that. We're not going to worry about saving for now. Eve was here. Defense and critical. Auto. Okay. I'm not sure what that ability is. Or rather, what that armor effect is. Oh, right. The monkeys. One point off of a level up. Actually, I should check that big double door right there. While I'm thinking about it. I just completely blanked on it. Did I go in there? Did I not go in there? Am I actually that dumb that I would have forgotten? Okay, no, I did not go in here. I need a key. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna need to put a higher shot count. Damn. You fucker. Okay, well, at least I can use some of my medicines. Okay, so now we've got triple shot on the M16. And that's why I kept the handgun. But then I ended up picking up another one. I wonder what that auto effect is. I wonder if that's like an auto heal below a certain amount of health. That's what I would assume anyway. And we found another tool. Hooray. Okay. 2 on you, 1 on you. One on you, 2 on you. You bastard. You bastard. Oh my god, you're still alive? Oh, that's right, I was critting those other two. Parasite powers have evolved. Detox. Now, the junk is interesting because if you give enough of it to Wayne, he can make you items. But you have to gather like a lot of junk to get the good stuff. It's very time consuming. I feel like going left is the correct option. Pop. That should kill it. There we go. And this guy should only take One shot. There we go. More junk. As long as I keep getting levels, I can just keep picking up more junk. More junk in the trunk, as they say. I know, that was incredibly stupid. What is your wisdom? Silence is golden, apparently. Okay. Just keep strafing and mag dump. What? Yeah, and you can see more of what I mean about the game just like pissing ammo at you. Like, it's... You're almost never going to actually run out of bullets in this game. But one thing that you do need to be mindful of is reloading your weapon. Because you don't want to be in a situation where you have to take time to reload in the middle of a turn. And yet again, more ammo. Okay, I can't go in there. Huh, I'm back here. What did I miss? I must have missed something. I mean, a key, obviously. Because I keep running into more locked doors. Actually, I think the key is in here. Inventory is full. Well, I can address that. There we go. Okay, now I can go in this door. Okay, I've got 3 medicines left. Any types of rainforest snakes. Some are poisonous. No, they're not. They're venomous. I don't think there's anything. Look for the brown monkey, one of our many playful rainforest friends. Yeah, playful is a way to describe them. It's a lot of chests. Okay. Let me see what's in these others first. Cure poison. Defense +1. What is it I have equipped? I think it's this. Okay. And I was right before, technically, that I need to go left at the fork in the path. I just didn't have the key yet, because I am the big dumb. We're gonna, good. Just make sure you get out of my way. I'm stuck. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind on missing out on junk. As long as I'm picking up the bullets. All of the animals have escaped. Yes, yes they have. More delicious teriyaki beef jerky. It blocks my path. The holiday season brings joy to us all. And this Christmas will be the most special of all. Special because I will no longer be under the control of a host, as I have since the dawn of time. Humans are weak mitochondria. Humans are weak. Mitochondria can self-evolve. Mitochondria must now take over the nucleus. Yummy, yummy. Who would like some caramel topping on their ice cream? That's a lot of dead people. Yes, I do have to get backstage. How doth? Guess I go around. That would be the logical conclusion. I follow the little girl. To the sign that says backstage. Glad I thought of it. You again, but you are late. You will not ruin my plans as you did last night. Alright, where'd you go now? Oh, okay. Now I can go that way. Alright, that makes plenty of sense. That makes perfect sense. I cannot find any logical inconsistencies. There's a chest here somewhere. Give it to me. Where is it? Maybe I can see where it is from the other side? No, I can't. I saw it tucked away in that corner. You cannot tell me that it's not there. Okay, so it's literally like... here? There. Bullets. Now I'm up here. I might as well go this way. Bears? Bears. Okay. We are going to save this here. And I'm going to cut. I'll pick this up in the next part. We'll finish out day 2 and maybe day 3 because I feel like I've worked out the technical gremlins in recording this game. So next episode should go by a hell of a lot smoother. I'm out here for now. Hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, do all the things that you're supposed to do. And yeah, get out of my living room. See ya.